Oh, yeah, yes, I see that. I don't know. Discord is giving you a hell of a time. Jeez. Was that, because remember the other night I told you mine was doing the same thing, and I had to change which driver it was using. I don't know if that someone, said you're muted, by the way.
Hi. A lot of technical issues on my end. Good times. Love it. All right. We got it all good. I don't think I have any news pulled up. Is there any news we should talk about?
None. Not
Besides
really.
the SmackDown thing, even though they talked about that during SmackDown. So
I mean, yeah, if
I'm
people
like
didn't know about
quickly
that yet.
glancing through everything here on like Observer. Like I have a feedly of all my news sites I like to read. I read Body Slam, Observer, Fightful, PW Insider, Post Wrestling, and Wrestle News Co. I feel Wrestle News Co is the best aggregators of them all.
Vessel, okay.
But
Not
yeah,
heard of
those
that
are
one,
all my sites:
honestly.
Post Wrestling, PW Insider, Fightful, Wrestling Observer, Body Slam, and News Co. Those are all mine. I like to go. Yeah, I don't really see much.
Yeah,
I did see. I
there's
guess
not a
maybe we
lot.
could bring up Masha. I guess she got her contract expired a month ago with TNA.
Yes.
All right. All right. All right. Here we go. Ready?
Yep.
What is up, everyone? Welcome to another Turnbuckle Talk with Kraken and myself, Josh Vibes Up. What's up, Kraken? How was your week?
It was good. It's fantastic. For me personally, I finished my finals for my semester of college and passed everything, so I'm done till like the middle of January now. Don't have to go back. So that was great. It was a
Oh
great
yeah!
week.
Congrats on that. Did you pass? You know?
Thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Ooh.
Passed everything.
Let's go. This man has been going to wrestling shows, taking care of his family, doing the podcast and his streaming. That's crazy. Doing a lot.
Yeah, it's honestly I figured it would be a lot more to add school back into everything else I'm doing, but it's went well. It's been a
Hell
lot
fucking yeah.
less stressful than I thought.
Let's fucking go, bro. And we had a lot in wrestling this week. I didn't do much this week. I just vibed with the little puppy girl who's over here just chilling. Just did my wrestling streaming thing this week. Get ready for Christmas mainly. I got Christmas gifts for Sarah, my fiance, my mom, and my brother and brother-in-law. So that's kind of the main group I usually get gifts for every year. And everyone else, if you know, it's kind of like that. Just like my brother, my mom, and brother-in-law, and Sarah, and like the rest, if I can, I can. You
Yeah, makes sense.
know. But yeah, you ready for Christmas?
I am. I am. A lot of the stuff we ordered came in, so I spent a lot of today wrapping presents. So, but
Yeah,
everything's done now.
Sarah's obviously since she's international. My biggest concern always about hers is if I send it directly to her where she lives. Sometimes they just they like if it's a package, they just don't deliver it. It's like weird. And she like they just take it to a facility and she has to go pick it up. Or like one time I ordered her a gift through Amazon and they like left it outside her facility and still trying instead of trying to being buzzed in and someone just stole it and it
Mhm.
was an Anna J shirt.
Oh damn,
That was last
that
year for
sucks.
Christmas, so it sucked. But luckily, we ended up getting her another one. And fucking PWTs was like, "Oh, sorry, out of our hands." And I was like, "Of course."
What's this?
So
Yeah,
I ate, and plus the shipping is what kills me. So I ate like $50-ish, $60 that first one.
and shipping.
Well, just I with the shirt too,
Mm,
and that's expensive, bro. Just for one shirt to
it
get
is.
sent to Australia, it's insane. So I ate $60 last year, and then got her. We got her. Chat helped me out and got her the second one. but it was so
Yeah.
frustrating, dude. So I'm like nervous about what I got her. Hopefully it doesn't, if anything at worst, it'll just get sent to a facility, and she always has like X amount of days to go pick it up, which she does a lot.
Is it like a FedEx facility or something?
So in Australia, they don't have FedEx.
Oh, they don't. Okay.
No, if they do, like I'm sure like you could send stuff through FedEx, but it would just be transferred to like a similar thing that they have. So like the
Okay.
one that like
Okay.
this one, I told her what it's like sending through, and she was like, never heard of it. It was like ASP or some bullshit. And speaking of there, she's in the chat. So yeah. And then my mom's gift is coming from overseas. I didn't realize. So it says it could get here between the 22nd and 28th. I was like, fuck. Of course.
Oh my
Of
God.
course. I
Yeah.
was like, I had to wait till I get paid, of course. And then my brothers and brother-in-laws, that's something that should get to me no problem, like within a few days. So
Yeah.
that one was an easy one because I knew exactly what I wanted to get them.
Yeah. I ordered there was one thing that came from overseas and I can't remember where, and it took like 3 weeks to get here. I was like, that's and then it even was like it's delayed due to checking
Especially
through
if it's like
customs.
this time of year, the holidays, everyone's shipping something out, so they're all overwhelmed. Every single postal service and shit. So
But
Christmas almost here, man. It's crazy. Fast year.
what, 2 weeks, 2.5 maybe?
We've known each other for just a little over 6 months now because we met just before All In.
Yeah,
And then we physically
that's
met
true.
at All In. And it was even by chance. I just got out of the bathroom there. You were taking your kid to the bathroom.
Yeah.
Just happened to bump
Ran
into each
into
other
each
at
other.
fucking Starcast. That was hilarious how that panned out. And I was dying.
Yeah.
I was so hot though. I was like, hey, hey.
It
That's
was
how I felt when I
miserably
saw you. I
hot
was
the
like, oh,
first day.
hey, I'm dying. What's up, bro? When we saw you and your
But I
wife
will
later on,
say
I felt a little bit bad. I was like, oh, hey.
that first day was hot though. It
Oh,
was.
it was. I can't believe it's already been like 6 months though. That's crazy. Time flies. So let's talk about SmackDown tonight. I feel like we could get through that quickly. I don't feel like I have a whole bunch to say like over a lot of the stuff. I felt like it was a pretty straightforward show. We had some storytelling in there, some pretty okay matches, a few quick matches. But overall,
Yeah, a lot of quick.
it was. I would say for a go home to the John Cena farewell was a nothing burger for a go home. You know.
No, they gave us a lot of promo, a lot of build up for John Cena. Michael Cole did,
Yeah.
per se.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what I like about Michael Cole. He's really good at that. But other than that, Gunther wasn't there. I felt like he should have at least been there.
He did have a good
Maybe
promo on Raw that we could talk about when we get into Raw.
Yeah,
But yeah, he
yeah.
cut a
But
really solid promo on Raw.
this was more of the build up for Saturday night's main event, the future of wrestling, not John Cena's final
Well, we
match.
did start out with Oba confronting Cody after Cody was kind of talking about Drew to start his promo and about what happened, but Oba interrupted him, and so that was a pretty solid promo. I enjoyed it. It was pretty much just Oba kind of like really introducing himself to the full-time roster. So it was pretty basic. I felt like some people in my chat were like, "Oh yeah, he felt like that was like really nothing good promo from Oba." I'm like, well, he's just really trying to introduce himself to the majority who might not watch, but Pennsylvania, I believe that's where they go, Wilkes Barre. They knew their assignments. They knew the ooze when he came out. They did the ooze when he was speaking a little bit. They even gave him a Goldberg style Oba chant, which I actually liked.
They did.
So I was like, Wilkes Barre, you know your game. I love it.
Yeah, that was one of the things I pointed out was like
Probably
the
saying it wrong
crowd
too.
actually knows Oba, and you can tell he's over. I
Mhm.
didn't think about it being Wilkes-Barre, because I think NXT does a lot of their live shows
Oh, they
there.
do. I think they've been there a few times. You're right.
So, but yet again, he's really over on
Mhm.
NXT. I
Oh
mean,
yeah. Oh yeah.
Javon is too, and we kind of seen that as well, which we'll talk about. But I feel like I'm hoping the people backstage noticed how over they have Oba right now.
Yeah.
I'm hoping
Yeah.
they're
For
more
sure.
comfortable with that match going more towards Oba's favor than Cody's.
I've been and I still am on the fence on who I think's gonna win tomorrow between Oba and Cody, just because, as we talked about on Saturday or whenever we last talked, I don't even remember anymore. Talked about the Oba beating, and I was like, did they put themselves in a corner here with Oba winning because you have your world champion Oba? I'm sorry, your world champion Cody, and then you have Oba, who's only lost a handful of times now and down in NXT. and he just run back the NXT title. Obviously, he could lose it again right away and go back down, go up to the main roster, which I'm hoping for soon. Because I feel like, especially with the announcement of SmackDown going 3 hours, SmackDown could use him for sure. Specifically, I feel like.
Yes.
So hopefully they do use this exhibition match to push him into the main roster, and he could pull the Kevin Owens thing. I just don't know if you want him to lose immediately after getting the NXT title to Cody Rhodes. But then I also don't know if you want to give Cody that loss to Oba while he's also feuding with Drew. So it's like I'm on the fence of what I think is going to happen here.
You could have, and a lot of people were talking about it tonight, you could have Cody lose due to Drew, but that does not hurt your NXT champion. But yet
In
again, on
theory, it doesn't because he
NXT,
didn't win. I get it. He doesn't win clean, but it wasn't like his doing. You're making it look like, I don't know, because it's not like it's not, I don't think it would be a situation of Drew helping him because Oba requested it. It's obviously just because Drew has his own situation. But it's kind of like what happened with Ciampa and Mello last week, where Ciampa got involved in his match with Ilya, thus leading to which I thought Mello would get involved in the match tonight, but he didn't come out till afterwards. So I don't know. I just don't think that's a good look to even have that happen in general, have an outside interference. But it's WWE, so I wouldn't be surprised.
yeah, I wouldn't be either. But I really hope that if they have Cody win this match, I hope they have it look like it was Cody's last gas to win. I feel like they really need to build Oba here, even though he's so over.
A lot
They
of
have to
people,
make
a
Oba
lot of
look
people in my
dominant.
chat were saying they should just have him squash Cody, Goldberg style, to Brock.
I wouldn't be mad if that happens, but you got to think, how does that weigh out if you're champ right now? That's another thing Drew can use against him, though. So I mean,
True. So
there's
I
so many
just personally am on the
possibilities.
fence. Like, I don't know. It's WWE. That's why I'm so like, I don't know. This could go so many ways. And like, it just makes me concerned because like, I don't want to see Oba lose immediately after. And he just beat Javon, of course. But I don't want to see him lose like literally a week after winning the NXT title. Now, obviously, you could just make the argument. It's Cody Rhodes, WWE champion. Okay, yeah, that's a good person to lose to. I don't know. I guess I'm just concerned at how the match will actually look. So.
I think this is more this pay-per-view premium live event, at least for me, is not as predictable as what we've had here recently because of the matches.
I
In my
definitely,
opinion.
I could see it. I could see it. I think the only match that I'm struggling with is that the Oba Cody. I think everything else I'm pretty certain on.
Okay. That's interesting because I'm not, but
The only other one that I would argue that it might go either way would be the Cena match. But the other two NXT matches, I'm pretty certain on who I think is gonna win, and I wouldn't say overly surprised, but I'd be a little bit surprised if they went the other ways.
okay. That's
But yeah,
interesting.
but I thought it was a good opening segment with Oba and Cody.
It
He just
was.
really introduced
Absolutely.
himself. Is really what it was. And Cody just kept it short and sweet afterwards. Just, I'm just gonna beat you, basically. Actually, I forgot exactly what he says because Oba stops him after whatever he said. Oh, he just says that's a John Cena quote. He just was like, complimenting him, and he says he looks up to Cena as well, but he's the man who beat Cena for the title. That's what he said.
Yeah.
So pretty good line, and then that's when Oba stopped him. And they just kind of stared each other down for a second, and that was it. So good opening segment, and then that just led into a backstage segment with Ilya with Fraxium, and they're like, "Hey, it's DIY. We know that they'll probably try to stir some trouble. We can have your back." And then Ilya, in the most Ilya way, told him basically he didn't need help, like just like going crazy, like getting Super Saiyan ready in the back. That's the best way I can explain it. I was just like, "Damn, bro, all the caffeine."
Yeah. Ilya, he gets himself hyped up backstage,
He's like,
and it's not something that
like he's basically just like I'm just waiting for that, dude.
and it carries over to his matches.
Oh, dude, this was probably the stiffest match of his open challenge yet.
Yes, I
Oh
agree.
my god, it was disgustingly stiff. But we did see DIY get involved in this too. So DIY, which I actually thought meant Ciampa was about to win. So of course, fucking Gargano tried to get involved, which led to the ref being distracted. So Candice LeRae ended up what was it, knocking Ilya off the top or something? I forget exactly what it was.
She pulled him. I think she pulled him over the top rope, like not pulled him all the way over, but like hung him up over the top rope
Okay,
with his neck or whatever. Yeah,
that's right.
but the chops in this match, the
Yes.
the knee strikes. I mean,
There was.
this was
I'm
a
sure it
fight.
was a knee that's what busted up his nose, Ilya's, because Ilya's
Oh
nose was
yeah,
bleeding profusely for like the last 6-7 minutes of this match.
yeah, and even after he wins and Mello comes out there, he wipes his face to try to
And it's
clean it
just
off, and
still drips.
it,
Yeah.
it
Like in
pained his
Champa had
hand.
blood
And
on his legs and his back because they were, grappling and doing other things. Um, yeah, but it was a really fucking. They were brutal slaps too. Like besides the chops, there was a point where they just going slap for slap. Like they were
yep,
legit brutal slaps that were nasty. Like, ugh, dude, this I don't know what it is about Ilya, but this dude loves to fight, and he does it in wrestling. You know what I mean? It's like Jim, you go to MMA, you fucking love to go. But it's like back in the day, that was a lot of wrestling was just like you fucking lay it in, make it look real. Don't
yeah,
show no
he did.
fucking like, oh, we're trying to perfect this. No, make it look like you're hurting me. That was wrestling a lot of the time, mainly in the golden era. It was what they called the 80s, and it carried over a bit 90s, and kind of new styles came about and stuff like that, and so it became its kind of own style in the end, classic type of style. That you see like people like Zack Sabre Jr. The technical style, and Gunther's good with it, being technical as well as a powerhouse. Which of course
Yeah,
led to
it's like
great matches with Ilya and Gunther.
it did. And excuse me. That's like tonight. Michael Cole said that he called Gunther a Terminator, and he asked Corey what he would call Ilya. He said the T-1000 or something like that.
Yeah, from Terminator 2.
Yeah. So and it makes sense. Like they have that old school wrestling mentality, and they will beat the hell out of each other inside the ring or whoever they're facing. So
100%. I hate when Ilya uses the headbutt. So I like Ciampa's like running at him to do something, and then Ilya literally, it looks, at least from the angle, like he legit headbutts to the chest.
mhm.
If he's legit doing that, I can't fully tell from the angle, but it seems like it. If he legit is, dude, please stop. Please, like at least make that look fake. I don't care. Don't really do that.
Everything you do, just lay up on the headbutt because
I mean, there's probably a few other things, but my God, I'm actually surprised because usually when they go to the WWE, especially from the NXT, the main roster, they're pretty adamant on like take care of yourself, blah 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 blah. You might want to lighten up in your style, yeah. And this has been, especially after a year-long ACL injury, this motherfucker's
mhm.
going just as hard, if not harder, than he did before injury.
Oh, I think he has. I think he's came
Usually
back
injuries slow them down. Like,
wide
okay,
open.
maybe I do need to chill out. Like, okay, look at what happened. Year-long injury, that sucks.
Mhm.
Maybe I should slow it down.
Yep.
Longevity. And this guy's like, "Yeah, fight."
Wide open, yeah.
Oh,
All ga
it's
all
like he turns
gas, no
into
brakes.
Festus. The bell rings. Yeah. I'm not even kidding. That's what I'm waiting for him to do now. Uh, but he's not gonna be stupid otherwise. He's just gonna be calm instead
No,
of
yeah.
But
Yeah, look
dude,
at
for real, that's what it feels like. Once that bell rings, that dude's ready to fucking lay it into everyone. Doesn't matter who you are.
yeah, he will take pain too. Like, he will
Yeah,
take
his
a
chest
beating
was
for
so
that shit.
reddish, already getting purplish when at the end of that match from the chops.
Yeah, it was
Is
bad.
It's crazy. Luckily he doesn't have a match tomorrow.
No. That's probably
uh,
why. He was like, "Hey, I've gotta show out tonight."
right. So what else did we get? Oh yeah, at the end that's when DIY beat him down because they tried to cheat to win, and then Mello Hayes made the save after what they did last week.
Mhm.
It was Ciampa who cost Mello. Mello looked like he was about to win too. Javon Evans, we had a backstage segment with him that set up him versus The Miz. Have you seen Javon's new shirt that they like promoted today on like WWE's Shop's Twitter?
I haven't seen it. I mean, I've seen it where he wears it, but I haven't really looked at it.
So, well, I don't think he wore it tonight because I would have noticed for sure. So I forget exactly what's on the front, but the back and the top of the back shirt says bouncy.
Mhm. Does it?
So just think
Is
about it
that
though. Think about it. A man wearing a shirt that says bouncy on the back, right? Like females, that's
yeah.
fine. I get it. But if they're advertising it as like a shirt for a unisex,
Mhm.
like the first thing I saw that, and I'm not the only one. I actually saw like a lot of the replies on the tweet were like, "Yo, as a grown adult, I am not wearing bouncy on my back."
Yeah. So I'm looking at it. So the shirt he had tonight, it
It
just
was not
says
that. It was not that
no,
shirt.
it has JE on the back of it.
Mhm.
And then so the women's, it says women's black Javon Evans young OG, so it has bouncy. The
Okay,
youth,
well, the one that was on their Twitter was like advertised. Like it wasn't like on a person, but it was just like, the
yeah,
shirt.
yeah,
But
I
it was
don't know,
basically being advertised as a unisex. So.
yeah, there are more. So yeah, there's a men's one where it has
Oh my
six
god,
seven
that's
on
what
it,
I'm.
and it's
That's the one I'm talking
Javon.
about. That's yeah. And then the
Yeah,
back has the bouncy. That's the one.
yeah, it's the blue and like looks a little
Dude, I
white to
get
it.
the.
Yeah,
I'm not. I don't hear the 6'7" meme all the time. I don't know if with your kids you do.
God,
Yeah, you do. Okay, so, so obviously you're probably like whatever to the 6'7" on his shirt, but
yeah, it makes sense.
I mean, I'm in my mid-30s, so I don't. It's not on my FYP on anything. And maybe here and there with WWE because Melo's done it and Javon,
Yeah,
and that's
Melo's
about
done
it.
it, Javon, but
That's like usually,
outside of
or
that,
if I'm
yeah.
live, that's the only other time I see it when I'm live. And people kind of meme about it here or there, but not even that hard because most of my community is a little bit older too. Not really the younger crowd. I even have some, but the majority is closer to my age.
So like my oldest son, we was doing some math homework the other night, and one of the answers was like 167. He snickered, did this, and I was like, oh, God Almighty.
See, and now when we think about it, ours was a lot more like for like 69. That ours was a lot more like, whoa, because it's sexual related. Theirs
Yeah,
is
and
just a funny meme, like which is that's why even though because I don't get bombarded with this, so that's why I'm like it's not that bad. We would say worse things.
oh
I
yeah,
as someone who doesn't deal with it all the time, I'm like let it happen. It's a
yeah.
good one. That's a normal meme right there. Let that one fly. 'Cause at least
I mean,
at least it's harmless.
it is harmless. It's just annoying when you
Yeah,
even count, and then they're
definitely.
like,
Yeah, oh
six
yeah, just
seven.
like when
Yeah,
having to probably hear the same music over and over, watch the same shows over and over with the kids. Oh yeah, same shit.
yeah,
Yeah.
gets repetitive.
But I'm glad he wasn't rocking that shirt tonight because I think that's just hey, I act hey a lot, so I'm cool with it.
Yeah,
But like I ain't gonna wear no shirt that said bouncy above my ass, you know? It's not directly but it's up there, you know what I mean? Hey guys, I'm bouncy, you know what I mean? Like I just couldn't
I
do it.
did.
I couldn't take myself seriously with that shirt on. Uh it's fucking funny.
I didn't even notice it, like,
I
until,
think
of
it's
course, you said
hilarious.
it.
Cool shirt,
'Cause
I
I've seen the
guess, but
one he had on
yeah,
tonight,
the
but
one tonight was
had
not
not
that,
seen the other one.
thankfully. Um, but yeah, so he ends up facing the Miz later in the show. It was a pretty much nothing match, honestly.
It
Um,
was just a Miz putting over young talent, which he is known for at this
yeah,
point.
it didn't get much time. I don't even remember if it had a commercial in it or not.
It did after
It did,
he,
yeah.
yeah, hyperextended his elbow or shoulder.
See, that's how I was sucked out of it at that point. I was. Um, yeah, and then the Bliss and Lash match too was another. That one didn't have a commercial. That one went all the way through. Um, Naya helped her with that one. I figured Lash would get the win. Didn't think she needed Naya's help.
She didn't, but it adds to their tag team build up.
Yeah.
That's the only reason she got
And then we had Soul
involved
and
in the
Bailey
match.
ringside for that too, because they were promoting tomorrow's show, so they were ringside for the women's match. I was like, okay, I mean that makes sense. The women's match, they had to watch it promoting tomorrow. Because they didn't do shit
Yep.
in the match. At one point though, Nia did I heard Nia like towards the beginning of the match, like yell something towards Bailey. I forgot what she said, but she said I think she just went like, "You like that, Bailey?" or something like that. I just
Yeah, and
remember
then
hearing it and I laughed.
the start of it, Charlotte looks across the ring. Is that Bailey?
Oh, I didn't
And
see
so
that. That's funny.
yeah, she does like the I can't hear. I don't remember what she said, but I know it was like I can't see you or you can't see me, something like that. It was John Cena related because she was wearing a
Oh,
Cena shirt.
Miz did the freaking "You Can't See Me" try to hit the 5 knuckle shuffle. I think did he get it? I don't remember if he
He
landed
did.
it.
He did
Yeah,
hit
yeah,
the.
yeah.
He went for the five knuckle shuffle, and then he put him up to do an AA, and then Corey Graves hit it with the um, what the A-lister adjustment is what he was
Oh,
gonna
I didn't
use.
hear him say that. That's funny actually.
Yeah, because
Um,
Michael Cole commented on, well, he stole all the other moves he does. He might as well steal these too.
Yeah, with the kicks. You know what, too? That's funny because actually, a few people in chat, I don't know if it was Sarah or Alex, one of my mods, were like, "What moves hasn't Cena done yet? Like in his big feuds. You know, he's been paying tribute to a lot of his people from his past. He's had big feuds with." I was like, has he done the Samoan Spike? Because I don't remember that one. If he's done that,
He has not. Mm-mm.
because he had a great feud with Umaga. I would love for him to
Oh
pay
my
tribute to
God.
Umaga. Did the spear stuff with Edge. Of course, he's already done RKO, the AJ Styles tribute, Ziggler,
He done
Cardona
Samoa
tributes.
Joe's.
Yeah, he did the. Oh, I guess so. I guess Coquina Clutch. I guess, yeah.
Yeah. He
Uh,
hasn't done anything Brian related. I don't think.
uh, did they really have like
I
a
don't think.
feud? I know they faced.
I don't.
They faced
They
at
phased, but it wasn't
SummerSlam,
really. Yeah, but it wasn't really as
because that's
big, I
when
guess, as
Randy
the other.
Randy cashed in after that.
But yet again, I don't think it's really got to be a big feud for him to pay respect to them
Yeah,
at
true.
this
That's
point.
true. But yeah, not Samoa Joe. Umaga was like the main one I could think of that I'd love to see him do the spike with or something.
Yeah, but well, here's my thing. Well, a lot of people say it's Umaga, or will they say it's Solo that he's paying respect
If
to?
they weren't watching or weren't born around the Umaga time, then yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
To me, that just means they weren't watching at that time, or they weren't, either weren't born yet.
yeah. That is true.
I actually had someone, so I posted a video on YouTube on here, and I put it on TikTok and Instagram earlier. It was about John Cena and just how
Yeah.
I feel like weird about going in tomorrow, but like in the sense of like everyone's like posting these like thank you Cena videos, like these other content creators, like the big ones. I've seen Minnie and a few other people do it. And I think it's Santi's favorite wrestler too. And I grew
Mhm.
up with Cena. It's not like I'm like from a whole different era. I mean, I got into it in the 90s, but I was still like a teenager when Cena hit. So it wasn't even like I was, but it was just wasn't his character wasn't for a teenage boy, And so I made this whole video and there was a comment in there and it was like, I forget exactly what it is. Let me pull it up. But one of my mods was commenting on it and I was like, reading through and it cracked me up because I was like, this guy really believes this. Um, Let me see here. Oops. They said, I was a reply to one of my friends. He says, John Cena, because he's John Cena, because he was one of my mod was saying like it's interesting that Cena gets this really big send off, compared to like
Mhm.
Shawn and everyone. And the person replied, because he's John Cena, Taker was never the top guy. Shawn wasn't either. Hogan could have gotten it, but he said Cena went to TNA. So that tells you what era he was watching. Because if he thinks, Hogan is just remembered for that, holy
Mhm.
Toledo. Of course,
Jesus.
Hogan ran that bitch for decades. Oh, it felt like decades. It was a long time. It wasn't that long. It was like a good close to like 8, 9 years. But
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
and then of
What?
course he went to
Yeah.
WCW. Then he came back in the 2000s. That's the era he knows of Hogan, sadly. Which is not even a bad era of Hogan. Uh, but that just cracked me up, especially the Shawn one, because it's like, dude, he was at the time they consider the worst time for business in WWE, because after the whole steroid trial and everything, that was when they moved on. Like eventually after Brett, they went to Shawn, and as Shawn as world champion, they drew their worst. I believe it's the stat was they drew their worst in house shows, like
Mhm.
than ever under Shawn as WWF champion, and like the ticket sales were down when Shawn was champ. At the end of the
Yeah, I
day, my
don't know
point
that.
being that comment cracked me out because it's like, what? So it's just funny that people, I don't know. And he looks like an older person, if I had to guess, like at least minimum 18, if I had to guess. Um, but it's like no way you can't go back and know the history of who was on top if you're commenting that.
At least it depends. Yeah, you you have to know. There's a reason he was called Mr. WrestleMania or the Showstopper for some. That's a whole other subject.
Yeah, it's just so funny to me that there's people out there like that. Like I get not knowing a certain era, but to like looking like they're an older person and just to be saying that cracks me up. Um Anyways, back to SmackDown. uh so what Javon Miz we talked about. We had this whole Jade segment, but I missed it because of my OBS issue. So I'll kind of let you cover that if you don't have anything to say about that.
So what started the whole Jade thing was Nia walked up to Rhea when she was warming up backstage, which I don't know what all if you've seen that part. After they walked
Yeah, I
off
did.
because Rhea told her, if me and EO want the titles, we're gonna get them.
Yeah.
Talking about the tag belts. Jade walks over. They just have like a face to face confrontation. Jade walks out, and it gives us the promo for Me Chin. Cool. I didn't know this match was scheduled for this week. I thought it was next week.
Mm.
Um, comes back. Me Chin's trying to hype up the match. How they did the backstage like walkouts to
Yeah.
Gorilla and to the
Like
ring.
we are coming out with them. Yeah.
Yeah, and gets the biggest boot to the jaw from Jade.
Jay just fucked her
And
up. Huh?
and Jade throws her around Gorilla, bounces her off the walls, tells him hit my music. She goes to the ring. She gives us the best promo I think she's given us since she was in AEW. And this is my ring, my title, my time, basically, because I'm that bitch. Her whole skit that she runs.
Mm.
Michin's music hits. She comes out with a kendo stick. She hits a ref with a kendo stick because you want to get the hell out the way. Hits Jade like 2 or 3 times with the kendo stick, and that's it. Jade then hits her with a big pump kick, puts her back in the ring, stands over top of her.
What's your thoughts on Jade being like in these feuds after winning the title with like people who you wouldn't consider like main eventers?
I don't think it's bad. I think BFAB, if they would put her in some singles work, she could be a mid champion right now, like the mid card, like Chelsea and Julia are, and you could pump one of them two up to the main event card for the women's
I feel like it
division.
just makes her look like a bully.
But it does.
I
It
don't know if
really
that's
does.
their point, but it's like she's just picking on, and not to be rude to me, Chin, or BFAB, but they're women who don't necessarily wrestle as much as the others and who don't win as much as the others, at
They
least on
don't.
TV, winning or match wise either. So it's like hard to believe
I
that's
don't.
who Jade's feuding with right now.
It it is interesting. Um, I don't know. Tiffany. I think she's still getting a little bit of time off.
Oh, she deserves it.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. Bianca still dealing with a broken fucking finger. She's talked about that in like an interview she done. So, is there really anyone else that they don't have
Well,
like
they
on
do. I know
SmackDown?
they're all tied up in tag teams,
Yeah,
which is great, and I like that they're adding all these prestige to the tag division and moving women who are always going for the world title out. But at the same time, this is what my thing is with SmackDown. Their depth is lacking.
yeah.
Their depth is lacking huge. Obviously, with Tiffany taking time off and Bianca still dealing with that injury, everyone else being tied up in storylines or feuds that are being used. I can't really think of anyone that's on SmackDown and women wise that's not appearing currently. That's not like that was just on like the bench that we don't know of. But yeah, that's just my argument. You need to start bringing more women up. Which is crazy
This
because
is
we just
where,
brought up Roxanne, Julia, and Stephanie, earlier this year, fully.
and of course, they brought up last with tag team. I
Yep.
think what they could do is they could pull up JC Jane.
Do they pull up the whole group or just JC? Because obviously she's right now NXT Women's Champ,
Yeah, but you
and
could.
she'll
I
be
mean, you could
facing.
have
Well,
her,
she's facing Kendall at New Year's
and
Evil.
Kendall could be another surprise win,
I don't
and
think
then
that
they pull up
happens.
JC.
It could. I just don't see them doing it.
I know,
If
but
they do,
like,
that'll be
because
another like Oba Femi thing, whereas if they just skyrocketed him immediately. I mean, they did the
well,
whole
I mean,
North American title run, but yeah.
you got Julia attacking Chelsea Green, and nothing happening from it. Like we ain't seen nothing since what? Maybe that was last week, but I figure she's gonna get a title shot probably on the 3 hour debut of SmackDown.
3 hours. On a Friday of all days. I don't know what it was. So like Mondays, Raw, I still hated that being 3 hours, but it didn't feel like as long. When SmackDown did it, it just felt way longer than Raw's 3 hours, dude. I don't know if it's because the
Hmm.
show hasn't been up to par, but like, dude, it's not it.
Well, I hate to break your heart, but next Wednesday is 3 hours.
Oh, I know that. Yeah, I'm sure it'll be a fine show, but yeah, that's too long. My thing though is with AEW, they're usually good shows even for 3 hours. Sometimes this last hour feels like because it like make it feel like a rampage, but
They do.
um,
Uh,
I don't know. It's in the UK next week, so it should be good.
the
And
UK
tomorrow.
crowds and the build up for them are great.
But yeah, 3 hours doesn't matter if it's AEW, WWE. 3 hours for a weekly show is too long.
Too damn long.
So our main event was Alistair and Zelina versus Terror Twins. A fun match. Nothing really crazy in this. Terror Twins get the win. I didn't really feel like anything stood out in this match.
I just hope Vega's okay. She
Oh,
took
that's
a
right.
bad fucking botch.
So it looked like she was setting up for Code Red. I don't know if Rhea just didn't realize that's what it was, and she just kind of, I don't know what she was going for. It looked like she might have tried to
God
go for like a
almighty.
Poison Rana type landing, which made Leah just. I couldn't tell. I don't know who to blame here, but
And,
either way, Zelina landed face first on a Code Red
and
attempt.
with her and her back was big. She's Scorpion basically.
Oh, yeah, basically.
And like God almighty, it looked
Well, and
painful.
then after that, she took a fucking. What did she take after that? I don't remember what she took. Something else where she landed on her face like a minute later, like where it, like slammed her forward. I think she like had
It
her on
was
her
like
back and
a
like dropped her back or something.
yeah, it was like almost I don't know what she calls it. I don't even know if there's a name for it. There probably is. I just don't know it. But I know what you're talking about. She had like a reverse Alabama slam onto her face.
Yeah, that's what it was. And I was like, really? I was like, right after she already fucking landed head first from a fucking botched move. Yeah, no, I mean, I hope she's okay. I mean, botches happen, so whatever. But
Oh yeah.
fuck, this is crazy that they. I mean, assuming she was fine going for those moves, but I was like, God damn, because that was a rough landing on her head on that fucking botch.
It was horrible. It was I don't I don't know. I don't know what was supposed to happen, but it was rough.
It was
Absolutely
very
horrible.
rough. But I give SmackDown a 3 out of 5 overall tonight. Like, it wasn't a bad show, but it wasn't really like overly memorable.
No. It was not a go home show for John Cena like I figured it would be.
Yeah, they had like
It
a lot of
was
like they brought up the interview and just brought up little random things here and there, but it was really nothing.
yeah. That was it for me. Yeah.
I want to talk about Dynamite because that may have been another top to bottom one of the best Dynamites ever.
Uh, yeah, absolutely.
C2 is
Uh,
fucking rolling this year. I mean, it does every year, but I feel like this year might be one of the best if we continue on this trend. C2's ever. But let's just start about the match of the night. I don't even care. Don't have to talk about order. I just want to talk about what I want to talk about, and that was fucking Mike Speedball Bailey and Kyle fucking Fletcher. We said we wanted to see Kevin Knight and Fletcher for a world title in a few years because that was, dude, this as well was that, but times
the
2.
this match, I had someone come into my chat themselves and ask me like, "I've heard great things about Kyle Fletcher and Speedball's match. Is it worth watching back?" Absolutely, it is. If you don't watch nothing else from Dynamite,
Yep.
watch Mike Bailey and
Yes.
Kyle Fletcher put on the damn match of the tournament.
100% match of the tournament, bro. Dude, that match was so insane. They really gave me hope and immediately ripped it away that Speedball was gonna win, and then immediately delivered with the victory. Like, it was in fucking insane. Of course, people are gonna call it all really no so blah 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 if they're the
Yeah,
Fed
they
stand.
will.
Dude, if just go back and don't think about selling. You're not fucking a producer backstage worried about time telling Bruce Pritchard, I'm sorry, Bruce. That's not who you are. You're a fan who's supposed to sit back and see for yourself what these guys can do. I hate when people are overly concerned about how the in-ring is when they've never trained once
Yep.
or
I
even
agree.
helped put together a ring or something.
Yeah, those people that's gonna be upset, but they just need to sit back and watch this from a fan standpoint. Because if you
Mm-hmm.
watch this as someone who's going to try to critique the match because there's too many kickouts, too many finishes done, you're not gonna like it. But
No.
if you watch it as a fan who enjoys wrestling, this is the match.
So I was on the wrong. I was on last week's results somehow. I was trying to pull up the last moves, but I can't even find it now. Oh, I found it. Okay.
You talking about the last segment of moves that
No,
happened?
yeah. I was trying to pull that up because I knew, but I was like, wait. I was like, Timeless Love Bombs versus Marina and Megan. That didn't happen this Wednesday. What? That's why I realized I was on the wrong one. Okay, so the end here. We came back from commercial. Actually, this might be because we went to commercial twice. So hold on, let me scroll further
Yeah.
down because this was a long one. It was a good long one. It was like 16 minutes or something. Okay, I think right here. So Protostar was ducking and dodging, rolling out of Crucifix Pin. He hauling Speedball up, snap Hurricane Rana. Speedball kicks out. Before this, Bailey hit a standing Spanish fly on Kyle Fletcher, which didn't get a 3 count. We also had the penalty kick, standing moonsault, knee drop. We also had that happen on the barricade earlier in the match, which is fucking insane. Buzzsaw roundhouse kick. Kyle Fletcher still kicks out of all of those fucking moves. Speedball was breathing really hard. Hits the time adventure, but Kyle Fletcher still kicks out. That's when I was like, okay, this Fletcher's gonna win, you know. Your trade kicks back and forth. Speedball hits the crescent kick, hits the time adventure off the second, but Fletcher kicks out again, or says Flicks kicks out of the Ultima weapon. And his moves names are tripping me out. To the floor, Ultima weapon off the apron. Kyle dodges. Oh, that's when he tried to do it on the apron. I remember that. Kyle dodges and plants Speedball with the apron power bomb, which was nasty. Hits him in the corner with the brain buster, but somehow Speedball kicked out of that. Went up top. Speedball flew over, did a sunset flip roll through again for the cover. They go back and forth with some shots. Then a vicious lariat knocks Speedball down. He goes for another sheer drop brainbuster, but Speedball reverses, cross-arm sunset flip. Then, with the minute left, he did a cross-arm rolling sunset flip for the win, pinning Fletcher. So that match, I don't do it justice. Just please go back. Watch this match. I may have just made it sound like there was just nonstop kickouts because they were doing insane moves, and it was pretty crazy. Kicking out of a fucking brainbuster. Oh, and it's like I've been trained by AEW. Anytime that brainbuster hits, it's over. When Fletcher's getting in that brainbuster, I'm done. The only other person I would think that is kicking out of that is Okada or Takeshita, or maybe even Omega. But
see, for me, when he hit the brainbuster, threw him into the apron, delivers the kick, then does the brainbuster, that for me is the sign that okay, the match is over.
It's over.
And he hit the combo, and I was like, damn, this has been a hell of a match, but that's it. And Speedball kicked out again. I was like, holy shit. What is going
Speedball
to put down
actually
Speedball?
commented on my Instagram post of that reaction. And after Speedball, like because I posted like the whole like last 3 minutes leading to the pinfall and stuff. And so like there was one where he, you know, hits a few moves and then he goes for the cover. And Rick, my cousin, is like, hurry, ref. And then, or no, he doesn't say hurry. The ref does the count. And then Rick's like, because Fletcher kicks out, he's like, the ref took too long. So Speedball commented, he did take like a long time or something like that. I'd have to go back, but I cracked me up that Speedball commented on it. But yeah, dude, I'm so happy he got the win. And he faces Kevin Knight tomorrow on Collision now.
Oh God.
In the gold tournament. They just announced that earlier today. Who wins that?
I don't know. Like somewhere like there is gonna be a draw, and I don't hope that one. I hope that one's not the draw, but
There's
I
gonna
can
be a
easily
draw.
see it.
I think that's the draw. Kevin and Speedball.
I can see that one being it.
Kevin Knight tweeted after they announced it. He's like, every match that I've had with Speedball and tag team action, he's always brought the best out in me, and I expect nothing less tomorrow or something like that.
Jesus, I'm telling you, if he hits that coast to coast, I don't know, like that coast to coast into that.
Dude, I love
UFO.
the UFO. The UFO is so good. It's just like he does a I guess a 180 into a frog splash.
Frog splash,
but it's just so cool looking, dude.
It's clean too. Like he
gets time, dude.
It.
He was like hovers. He legit hovers like a UFO. It's crazy. At least what we think a UFO does. But yeah, no, match of the tournament, dude. We had a lot during this show too. Renee, like doing the little play-by-play as they come out during their entrance, like sports-like entrance. That was. I love that they brought that. 100%. What did we start with? Because I think that was the first match, but no, that was the second match.
No, Timeless Love Bombs versus the Babes.
Damn, that was pretty much later in the show. Okay. Yeah, so the women's tag titles, they literally kicked off with the women's tag titles. and it went the way I wanted. I was thinking
It
once
did.
we got the two face teams that it was going to be Tony and Mina, since Tony, had all the prestigious as women tag champ. And no, it was Harley and Willow. And dude, I think this was the first time we got to see Willow and Tony square off ever in AEW.
I think it was.
I don't, if it happened in another match, I don't remember. But this was super fucking amazing. The crowd reaction, I forgot where they were for this show. But the crowd reaction to them squaring up once Willow got tagged in, dude, was amazing. And they went back and forth with chops to start before they started going at it. They didn't really go at it too long before there were some tags right away. But dude, the crowd was lit for it. And I need that match. I don't know when, but that match has to happen one-on-one.
Yeah, I felt like this match really showed us what the next few months is going to lay out and for AEW women's division. Even though the tag champs, I could see Storm and Mina having a good build to chase back to the tag titles, and even having Storm and Willow have their own matches. They're gonna have, excuse me, it's gonna be fantastic. Those two.
Yeah, I'm super humped. Jeez Louise. I'm super hyped to see those two. I'm sure Tony would have liked that line. But yeah, dude. So the crowd went crazy when they squared off. So with Willow and Harley winning the tag titles, who do you want to see them possibly defend against?
Sisters of Sin. A rematch from the tournament.
So I want Ty J. I felt Ty J was robbed and at least should have made it further in the tournament because they were legit. You could argue as
Yeah,
if not the first women's tag team they had. They were part of that first tournament they had in like 2020 or whatever that was.
that is true.
2019, whenever that shit happened.
I would honestly like to see Megan and Penelope once Penelope gets healthy.
Yeah, and of course, right now Willow and Harley are faces. So Ty J, I believe, are faces currently. So I guess in theory that wouldn't work unless you did like a triple threat fatal four-way type match down the road. But
I mean, we had faces go up against each other in the finals, and it felt fine.
that's true. That's true. But I mean, that was tournament style. Like we're out of that. You know what I mean? Now you're setting
Yeah,
up stories and feuds and stuff like that.
yeah.
So it would, in theory, wouldn't it be a hill?
You would want it to be, yes, in theory.
Also, I have a little fun game we're gonna play here. So if you didn't know, the women's US title in WWE has never been on a WWE PLE since its inception, and that's been a year now.
Okay.
Will the AEW women's tag titles appear on a pay-per-view in AEW before the women's US title appears on a PLE? And it just debuted.
Yes. I say I say they would defend them at Revolution. Not Revolution, sorry,
World's End. Yeah, here at the end of
Yeah.
the year here. I definitely agree. I think the women's world tag titles will definitely be on the pay-per-view, and we don't have another WWE PLE after Saturday Night Main Event this year. The next one will be a Saturday Night Main Event, I think a week or two before the Rumble again, like we did last year. And then, of course, the Rumble following in Saudi. So, yeah, I think it's 100% going to be on World's End, and the women's US title, hopefully that will be on Mania, but maybe even Rumble. I don't know.
God, I don't
But
know.
they'll probably just put her in whoever's the champion at the time in the Rumble. So.
The tag titles haven't really been defended on a PLE. The only mid card title on the women's division is Intercontinental, but it wasn't at the last one because she was in the match.
Mhm.
So it is odd. I don't know. I don't get it, but yes, they will defend them at World's End.
That's gonna be so funny. We got an interview with Willow and Harley. Harley was really emotional afterwards. That's her first title she's won in AEW. She's been in the company for like 3 years now, maybe more. And so yeah, she was all tears. Willow, of course, felt her emotion, got a little emotional too, but she was super hyped for it. Yeah, so I'm super hyped for them. And of course, the Timeless Love Bombs came in, and the Code of Honor basically shook their hands and everything.
Shook hands.
I will still say, even though Joe and Eddie was a fun match in the main event, I still don't understand why Eddie had that world title match.
I don't either. He was very emotional. He had a backstage interview with Renee. He got extremely emotional doing that. But I don't know. I still don't understand why he just didn't go after Hook. I don't know.
I really thought this would end with Joe winning with like the help of Hook or someone to like continue
Mhm.
the Hook Eddie stuff. But no, it was a clean win, clean and clutch for the victory. Eddie Kingston ends up tapping. I actually thought they
He,
would just have Eddie go out. I didn't think he would tap.
yeah. Ah, I don't know. After he was in the SDFU and Joe gave his little salute and wink.
Ah, I bit the fuck out
Uh,
of him. We had a lot
I
of
was
biting
not.
on this show. We have some other one we'll get into after this one.
Jesus, yeah. But I don't know. Eddie normally does not tap, so him tapping is a little different in my opinion.
Yeah,
He normally passes out.
and if you're an MMA fan, you know he did the Brazilian tap where he kind of like
Mhm.
did it really slow to make it seem like he might not have been tapping. A lot of people call it the phantom tap in MMA, but a lot of people call it Brazilian tap because a lot of Brazilians would do it. Um, they're like, I wasn't tapping, I was just grasping. um, but yeah, so solid match. I mean, nothing really too crazy in it. It was good. I had a lot of time. I think every match on Dynamite had over 10 minutes. Like if the minimum was like 11 to 12 minutes for the matches going.
Yeah, they're getting better at pacing. I've noticed that this year. The
For
pacing
sure.
feels better for Dynamite.
Yeah, this one top to bottom was great. Like the main event was good, even though I still disagreed with why Eddie was getting that title match anyways. Very fun main event, good stiff back and forth action. I would have said I would have rather had Bays of Wrath main event with timeless love bombs, but it is what
Mhm.
it is. So we had Jungle Man, I guess, Jack Perry took on Okada. Very solid match. Obviously they were in the elite together, so some history there. But we did see at one point Okada was going for I believe actually he bit Jack first, if I'm not wrong. He bit Jack like in a submission, like bit his arm or something. Bit something
He
of
did.
Jack's.
Mhm.
And then he picked up Jack Perry to put him in Tombstone, and Jack Perry bit his dick.
Yeah, he did.
In the
He
Continental
absolutely,
Classic,
yeah.
dude. It was a fun match, but that was literally the most memorable thing for me.
And then, so even after that, of course,
Yes.
Rainmaker, he wins.
Yeah.
Don Callis trying to offer the money to him and trying to get him to join the Callis
Yeah,
family.
yeah, that's right.
And Jack Perry says, "Well, I've already bit off more than I could chew once tonight. I'm probably going to do it again." I was like,
No, I think he goes, what did he say? It was something like that, but I love what he actually said. Let me see here. Um, yeah, so he demanded an answer now, or else he like threatened him, or you know, we outnumber you
"Yeah, yeah,
basically. And he says, he says, I already bit off a little. I already bit. I forget exactly. You said it the first part right, but then he goes, I might have to bit off a little. I might have to take a bite off a little more than I can chew tonight.
yeah." I just,
And that was so good because the crowd was literally chanting right before he answered, "Bite his dick, bite
yeah,
his dick, bite his dick." It was the best thing ever. I've been a part of some funny ass chants, especially in AEW. Like in Denver, like we had like a chant about like weed because MJF called us like potheads or something, so we had like a weed chant or something.
yeah.
But that was one of the best ones I've ever heard. Bite his dick, because he literally bit his dick before that. So very valid to chant to someone after they do it once.
Do it again. Yeah,
Of course, Jurassic Express helped out here too because he was getting beat down. Or not Young Bucks came out and helped even the odds and stuff. And I believe they got their hands on the money finally.
yeah. So they took off with the money, which I understand. The end of this set up a fantastic match for next week's Dynamite.
Yeah, so we're finally getting the Elite reunited, Kenny and the Bucks for the first time in like 800 days or something.
Yeah, do you think we'll get the Elite entrance? Where they're standing
The
beside
Wayward
him?
Son, or
Yes. Wait,
I
that
want
yes, the
Wayward
Wayward
Son, but I wouldn't hate like a combined theme, I guess. But not even like the current Bucks, like the heel theme that they still been coming out to.
Mhm.
Give them the fucking uh super kick party. I need that back in my life. I really am over this hill theme. Blum 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 blum. The stupid piano. I hate it.
I
And then
think
of course
now that
that
they're
all in they
back,
came out on this stupid boat that
yes,
we got to see live.
they They drove around the founding fathers' boats.
Fucking what's his name? Justin Roberts read the stupid thing they had.
Oh my god, yeah. As
That
they were
was
riding
funny. I
around.
mean, because it wasn't the whole piano theme or the hill theme, so it was like that stupid theme they had then. But yeah, no, I'm over this hill theme. Give me the fucking super kick party back. Doom, doom, bam, da, bam. I love that theme. And then just cut it and go into battle cry because I don't hate Kenny's like big match theme that he used. Like he's first brought out Wrestle Kingdom, used it at All In, and a few other PLEs, pay per views.
Mhm.
Um, I was a little bummed that we didn't get Battle Cry, but I figured he was going to come out to that song against Okada. It made kind of sense to me.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I really need to hear Battle Cry and Super Kick Party on Wednesday.
I'd be fine with any of that. Yeah.
Oh, I'll be fine with
Even
Wayward
Wayward
Son as
Son.
well. I thought Wayward Son was perfect for the time because it kind of fit the whole coming back from suspension thing.
Yes, it did.
Yeah. So okay, we already talked about the Eddie interview. We had a backstage promo with the Death Riders. I believe. Actually, no, it was Mark Briscoe in the ring. That's right, because then once Wheeler started talking, I tuned out. But
Oh God,
yeah, I was just
fucking
setting up for the
Wheeler.
match with Daniel Garcia. That's happening tomorrow on Dynamite. I mean on Collision. Got Fuck You, Yuta chants. Those are pretty common every Wednesday now. Yeah. And then of course they brawl afterwards. I totally forgot about this, to be honest with you.
What? I can't even remember it happening. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just scrolling through the notes here, and that's there. And it just says that they just go back and forth basically, and then Garcia ends up pie faces him. Mark drops him with a vicious right hook. Yuta and Shafir hold Garcia back. Which also I remember laughing at because I was like, they're outnumbering him. Why the fuck are they holding him back?
Yeah, that's a good question. They normally attack everybody.
Yeah, exactly. This made no sense to me.
Maybe they're scared of Briscoe.
I guess so. After that, we had Hangman Page and Swerve take on the Op, Shibata, and Hobbs in a tornado tag match. The AEW doesn't follow the WWE tornado tag rule. So obviously before the match, they all brawled before, like concession area through the crowd. They had chains and staple gun and all that stuff. That was before the match was technically underway. So once the match was underway, they explained the rules in AEW tornado tag match. Obviously, no tags are necessary. Everyone's legal in the match. Once you're in the ring, you can be pinfall or submitted or vice versa.
Mhm.
But it's not a no DQ, which I was like, that's interesting.
I even looked it up just to see if that was in the rules anywhere.
That's what they
And
said
I've
on
never
commentary.
heard that. Yeah.
Yeah,
So that has to just be AEW's way of making it different, which is okay. I
I
liked it.
guess.
We still got to see a table spot. Um, no weapons interference would have cost them the match. I mean, it made sense, I guess, but it was still a good tornado tag.
Oh, 100%. It was really good. Even outside the beginning where they used the staple gun on everyone, security and everyone. But yeah, and they brawled in the whole fucking, whatchamacallit, the corridor area with
Like
the fans all surrounding them.
Hangman used a damn Christmas tree, a Bud Light can.
Yeah, he uses everything.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a solid match. We got a double power bomb off the apron through the table from I believe that was Powerhouse. No, it says Powerhouse drawing. They turn and slide out under him, and in unison double power bomb. My bad, that's right.
Yep.
And back inside, Hangman has Shibata lined up. Buckshot connects. House call. 1, 2, 3. Swerve and Hangman win a pretty chaotic matchup.
Yeah. Which then showed us backstage Josh Alexander just like nodding and like I guess agreeing or getting excited for his match with Swerve on Collision. I
Mhm.
guess is what that was. Which is great that they're finally going back to Swerve taking on the Don Callis family. That's kind of what hurt him.
Yeah, so they are going on with that with Alexander and Swerve tomorrow on Collision. I keep saying Dynamite on Collision. I just obviously am so over this Callis family Kenny Omega feuds. We've been on for 2+ years. We say it almost every time we talk about Dynamite and shit, but I'm so over this. That's all Kenny's been doing.
I don't know.
I don't know how many times Kenny has to beat
Maybe
them with different partners. It's always the same thing.
you just can't get rid of Don Callis, and for some reason he just loves going against Kenny.
And then he's had people beat Kenny too, and he still keeps going after him. We've
Maybe
had it go both ways, and it still continues.
eventually it'll end. I just don't know when.
It'll end when they both leave the company. Shit.
Yeah, one will retire, and they'll still find a way to feud. We'll see about it on the news.
Kenny will join Daniel on commentary, or Brian Danielson commentary.
Oh
Be a
God.
5-man booth. I'm just kidding. But yeah, good, very fun match. And we already talked about the backstage with the Bucks and we said Bucks and Kenny were team, but we saw them go up to Kenny's locker room and that we need your help, and so he's gonna help. What else did we get? I think we talked about basically everything Dynamite, huh?
Yeah, we covered it all.
That was all of it. We love Dynamite so much that we went through so of it so fast. Yeah, no,
The
that
only
was
bad
it.
part was the main event, which really wasn't
It wasn't
bad. But
bad. It
again,
just didn't. I just felt like Eddie didn't deserve that match. Let's talk about, I guess, Raw. I feel like I don't remember everything else at the top. We did start with Gunther. He had a really solid promo. Obviously, Cena wasn't there tonight or on Raw, so it was just a straight up Gunther promo. Just going in on John. Just basically said he's not here tonight, and this time, this is his time, Gunther's time. Said submitting LA Knight gave him one of the greatest honors of his career, and in 5 days he'll be the last opponent in the last match of the career of John Cena, who has 17 titles and all the time on the road. Hustle, loyalty, respect, all that. He's one of the greatest sports entertainer of all time, but on Saturday, he's going to face the best professional wrestler of all time. And I was like, yes, sir. But he just said that never give up. Well, it's going to be something that nobody's ever done. He's tapped out to Kurt and Benoit. Those are the only two he's ever tapped out to, but it's combined 3 times. So it'd be his 4th time if Gunther submits him on Saturday. Does Gunther submit him, or does Cena go out with a win?
We've talked about it even leading up to Survivor Series. I honestly hope that they give Cena the win, but knowing John Cena, he's going to be okay with Gunther winning this match.
I think it's gonna be a Young Bucks making the call thing for like WWE here. It's gonna be Gunther being like, I'm putting over Cena. He's going out on top. He ain't losing 2 in a row to end his career. And I feel like that makes the most sense too. Like, is John Cena really gonna end his career with 2 straight losses to Dominic Mysterio and Gunther?
I would hope not, but this is a show dedicated to the future when John Cena is no longer filling the future of WWE no more. He's doing, of course, we figured out he's doing ambassador stuff, but he's not going to be the one in the ring doing the house shows when they have them, doing the meet and greets,
Well, I'm sure
promoting
he'll
that.
do some of that, but yeah,
But
not as
yeah,
often.
you know what I mean. But I feel like he's going to want to give it to Gunther.
Oh, co-host Daisy wanted to hit the mic. Sorry.
Good old Daisy.
Yeah, she wanted to say it. But yeah, I do think I don't know. I could see it going either way. That's like the only other match besides Cody Oba where I could see going either way.
Yeah, I really think Soul, unless Zarya gets involved, wins that one.
Yeah, I got Bailey winning that because of Zarya.
If there's no interference, I got Soul.
If there's no interference, I got Bailey.
If there is interference, you got Soul.
If there is interference, I got Bailey.
Oh, so it's Bailey either way.
I told you I'm certain on 2 of them, and that's one of them. Bailey's gonna win that one. And then on the tag match, I got Javon and Leon pulling out an upset.
Okay. I do not. I have AJ and Dragon Lee somehow winning that one.
Could be the other way. We'll see. We'll see how Daisy. She's like, sure. Crazy girl. We had Io Sky face Kairi Sane on Raw. It was a solid match. It wasn't anything bad. They showed Oba Femi in the crowd before this match too. He was there, obviously. But I thought I was like, hey, he's gonna watch the women match. That's pretty cool. But this was a really good match with Kairi and Io. Of course, we had Rhea and Asuka get involved in this matchup. But Io gets the win with the moonsault victory after Rhea had to even the odds a bit on the outside.
Yeah, I didn't expect them to really push Io and Rhea much after War Games, but I feel as if they are bringing the life back to the women's tag division, and Io and Rhea has been a good fit so far.
Yeah, they're putting basically all their main eventers in that tag division. Io, Rhea, Charlotte, Alexa, Nia has been a main eventer since returning. And putting her with Lash is smart, I think. Um, yeah, then you got Asuka, Heidi up there. So
But
it's stacked. And then Lyra and Bailey on top of it.
and on top of that, you're also opening the door for the new people that's coming up from NXT to have the main event spots. Roxanne, she's been having a few. She's wanting to go after the title, but of course we know Raquel is. Um,
That's interesting. Yeah, so we saw that after Stephanie, right? Or when did that happen? I forget.
Stephanie was coming out to talk about the match with Nikki and what was next for her. Of course, Nikki decides to interrupt,
That's right.
and she comes down to the ring trying to basically say that she's not done with Stephanie.
But Raquel was like, bitch.
Out of nowhere, just drags her off the apron, hits her with a Tahana bomb, I do believe. And she was wearing, hats off to Raquel, she was wearing her best Houston Texans attire in Kansas City.
Yeah. But
But
yeah, so which was interesting. So the whole time this was happening, I was like, but what about Liv? Because last week we saw Raquel and Roxanne hold up the women's tag titles. But
mhm,
obviously before where there was like a week or two prior to that, before Liv returned, she was talking to Pierce and Pierce she told Pierce I got next after Nikki.
mhm,
And so that was
did.
before Liv's return. So she's following through with that.
Yeah, and we seen the clubhouse was they. She was like, "I thought you was gonna let me know," and Raquel was like, "I didn't realize I had to run everything
And
by you."
she was like, "Oh, you don't. You don't. I'm gonna support you. I'm always gonna support you." And
Yeah,
but you could tell it was like after like Raquel like left, she was like you kind of like quick
yeah,
little like motherfucker. And then so then she goes up to Roxanne after that, and she's like, "So me and you tech titles then basically." So me, Roxanne,
and
and Liv going for those tag titles. So this whole tag division is just stacked, dude.
it is. Which I wouldn't. I'm honestly okay with a Liv Roxanne tag a team, and them chasing the tag titles. Uh, I think they would, I guess, maybe work better as a tag team than maybe Raquel and Roxanne. But
I
yet
mean,
again,
Raquel and
we've seen
Roxanne
Roxanne.
carried them when Liv got injured, so
Yeah, exactly. So any mixture of the three in the tag division works.
100%. So it's gonna be interesting. They're definitely playing out a story with Raquel and Liv kind of falling out. What else do we have? We had Paul Heyman with Braun and Braun after this. Logan Paul rolled up. He was worried about the Ray stuff from the week prior because Ray was facing um Finn Balor
Finn.
tonight. Well, he's
Yeah.
supposed to. It never happened because Logan
Yeah.
Paul took him out. So he just like reassuring with Paul, like, "Oh, we're gonna take care of this tonight, right?" And like the Braun and Bronson were like, "Yeah, we'll help you out, bro."
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
and so yeah, so they just kind of reiterate that, and then of course Paul gives him the brass knuckles too, just in case. So we come back, and that's when Ray makes the entrance, gets attacked by Logan, so we never even get the match. And like you were brought up the backstage segment with Judgment Day. This was after this, so Finn was like, "Well, what do you know, guys? Ray got attacked before my match, so I didn't have to compete tonight." He was all happy.
That is true. I don't know. And we also seen the Masked Man show up several times tonight, and this is one
Yeah.
of them.
So he came out here once Logan was going after Ray, and then Ray started getting the upper hand, and then that's when the Masked Man came out and made the odds stacked against Ray. Of course, eventually, he wouldn't even come out and help Ray. Yeah, LA Knight eventually made the save. That's when he challenged Logan Paul for the main event, which I believe was the main event.
Mhm.
Um, which was okay, I guess. But yeah, so we saw the Masked Man come out and hit the stomp and everything. There was a lot of people who thought that this one wasn't the same guy used at the last time.
I don't think it was.
A lot of people think that this one was actually Montez Ford that they used.
Yeah. I think it might have been. I think and of course it's all speculation, but I think the shoulder build was a little smaller than what we seen at War Games.
Mhm.
Because the broader shoulders, I feel like is theory, but this one had kind of had like a smaller shoulder build, which could have been
I
Montez.
thought he looked the same as the first one, but it could have been. I think they're doing it just to throw us off to see who it like who we think who it is.
It's gonna come out to be Jericho. That's what's gonna happen.
I'm good. Hey guys,
Oh god.
you just made the list. I'm a wizard. Yay. Woo. Fun. Um he owns those
No,
all
that
his
ain't
own
good.
trademarks from AEW, so he can use them all. He can use them
Oh
all.
my god.
A little bit of the bubbly. Yeah, I think he owns all of those. Um
It's gonna be horrible. Yeah.
They showed Javon Evans ringside. Okay, so it's a tag match. And I hate to say this, but this was such a nothing and forgettable tag match.
I hate it. Like the one thing I remember is, and it's not even about what happened in the match. I know the match was good, but the New Day on commentary with Corey Graves wasn't it Corey Graves?
No,
No,
they
Wade
weren't even
Barrett.
on
Sorry,
commentary.
they were
They
just
were just
sitting there.
sitting ringside live on Instagram.
Yeah, and they had like they were the main like focal of Wade Barrett for the majority of the match.
Yeah, Barrett was just talking about them the whole time. I even pulled up their IG live because they were cracking me up. Uh, but yeah, no, it was really a nothing burger of a match, unfortunately. Not a bad match, but it was really
Mhm.
nothing memorable besides the New Day, I feel like.
Yeah,
It's nice to have defending
unfortunately.
champs, though.
Yes, weekly.
What was more interesting was afterwards, the New Day entered the ring because they wanted a title match. But then the Usos came out. They came out to Jay's theme. So after the crash out of Jay and losing to LA, or not to LA, but losing in the tournament, well, he did lose LA, I think.
Hmm.
He looks like they're trying to go back to the tag division with Jimmy, and I feel like they're gonna fail, and he's gonna crash out on Jimmy.
Yeah, the heel turn is still in the works. I still have good faith that that's going to happen. It's just the the Usos versus the New Day is where it'll happen because for once the New Day will win. I mean they've won before, but
Yeah,
they will get this win, and they would have
and
to
it's a
have Jay
heel
take
New
the
Day and
pin.
a face Usos. Kind of a rare combination, I feel like, for these two
It
teams.
is, yeah, because
Um, well, I
it
mean,
used to be
until they did
Big
the
E,
bloodline
and
stuff.
yeah, because Big E was with them then.
Mhm.
The Hell in a Cell match they had was fantastic, but
So they get on the mic, they go back and forth with with the New Day, and Dragon Lee and AJ Styles. So we'll be getting those. I'm assuming it's gonna be Usos versus New Day. I feel like for number one contendership.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, so they're trying to get that Raw tag team division going. They need to start working on SmackDown, and they kind of did tonight. We kind of didn't even. I think we glossed. We didn't even talk about it. The Usos and MFT not Usos, Wyatt's and MFT segment tonight was solo. I don't even think we
Oh
talked
yeah,
about
we
that.
didn't.
Um,
We didn't.
but
Jesus.
yeah, that was. It felt like it could just work. All right, we're just waiting to get to that moment with these teams. And same with the SmackDown tag titles. They just feel like they're not even being defended.
They're not. Yeah. Unfortunately, the MFTs and the Wyatts, it got built up. Of course, we know stuff happened. They had to slow that build down for a little bit.
But why
But
does
now,
it? I understand Bo is the leader, but like, why couldn't they still defend him while they were gone, while he was doing with his stuff?
I don't know. I think that's something they've got to work out because you never know when something's going to come up and they're not able to have one of the members there. Because if one of the members is there, are they all not going to be able to be on the TV?
Well, it's. I mean, they eventually ended up using something, but it was like basically leading up to Bo returning. They started like being behind Solo and the MFT and different backstage segments and stuff. But
Yeah.
okay, man, I just felt like they were doing nothing since they won the tag titles. And which
They
sucked because the
haven't,
SmackDown tag division
unfortunately.
earlier this year was elite. And I mean, it's not the same teams, but MCMG have been losing nonstop.
They're not there now.
Yeah, we haven't seen
Right
them
now.
really much around lately. They do come and go, but yeah, they feel like a nothing team right now. Just the Profits. They last thing we seen of them was them not getting along. So we haven't seen them since. Um,
Pretty
yeah,
deadly. They're injured.
just DIY and Axiom, and I feel like we've been seeing them pretty frequently just because they've been doing the U.S. Open Challenge stuff.
I mean, they had a great tag team in Ray Phoenix and Andrade, but
Yeah, and then that ended. So
yeah.
I don't know. We need to get those cooking again. But yeah, so I just remember we didn't talk about that until just now because I was like, oh wait, Raw Tag Division. We
The
talked
Lu
about that, but we didn't talk
the
about that.
Lucha Bros is what will save that tag division.
Well, and when is that supposed to happen? December 20th, right?
Yep, and I
So
don't know if the shoulder.
yeah, that's what I was just about that. So I haven't heard anything about the shoulder.
They
So
haven't talked about it. He hasn't really posted anything about it, so
we posted like the following day or like that night, like something, but it never
yeah.
really like clarified. Oh, excuse me, clarified what was like he was gonna be doing.
Yeah. Hopefully he's fine because Lucha Bros reunite there, then that momentum can carry to SmackDown or wherever they put him.
So we had another really good match between Lyra Valkyria and Roxanne Perez on Raw. This is where we saw Liv help Roxanne get the win over Lyra.
Hmm.
So
She hit
Liv came
Lyra, right?
Liv Morgan up on the apron running interference. Bailey counters and Roxanne drop kicks Liv to the floor. Small package from Valkyria. Fireman's carry. Perez floats over for the roll for the two. Liv breaks her eyes from the apron and Roxanne hits the
Yep.
pop rocks for the win.
Pop box. Yep.
Yep. So yeah, Liv raked her eyes and distracted her. So Bailey of course was ringside and I think she went up to Liv at one point, but I don't think so. Actually I don't remember.
Yeah.
I don't
I
see it
don't
in here
either.
either.
Yeah.
See, it's because it was Monday and it's Friday now, so it's been we watched 4 shows since then, or 3 shows since then.
Oh, we did get another great Maxine Dupree training in the dungeon against Natalia.
Yeah, you know what's funny? I had someone comment on either IG or TikTok. I don't remember which one, but they were like, I hate these ads on that," and I was like, "This isn't an ad. This is a vignette of them training part of the show."
This has been great training segments
Yeah, on this
for
one,
Maxine.
Maxine was like I think she got the best of Natty, and that's where she's like, "Again." She just
Yeah.
kept anytime she would get the best of someone, she just kept saying again. Like she just wanted to keep going.
Yeah. What's gonna be crazy is Natalia takes his title off of her.
Yeah, it definitely seems like they're bringing Low Key Legend into the main roster from the
Mhm.
indie stuff she was doing. And then of course we had the main event, Logan and LA Knight, typical Vision main event match.
Bullshit. I mean, match. Yeah.
Yeah, just everything that you expect. Breaker and Braun coming out during the match. The Masked Man getting involved. That's how Logan won again. He hit the stomp, which gets Logan the win after he hits a frog splash. And then afterwards, they hold LA Knight in position for spear from Breaker, then the tsunami over and over. Yeah. Then we come back. Vision are still in the ring with Paul. He's talking shit to Kansas City. Is we in Kansas? We in Missouri?
Yeah.
And Braun cuts a fucking amazing promo. He
Oh my
goes
god.
in on CM Punk. He gets on the mic. He says that he doesn't buy this whole nice guy CM Punk. He leaves after having a falling out and comes back, and all of a sudden he's a changed man and takes all the photos with all the wrestlers and posts online and look at how terrific he is. But he said he's a fraud. Imagine preaching your entire career every single week I'm straight edge. I've never done drugs in my life. Then you turn out looking like the biggest crackhead the world's ever seen. And then he says he doesn't want the nice guy Punk on January 5th. He says Punk, if he's going to show up, he might as well stay at home and forfeit the title. He wants to face the old Punk from 2011, 12, or 13, the guy that beat The Rock and went on to a historic 434-day title reign, who young Brun thought was the greatest to ever lace up a pair of boots. So he shouting out that he loved Punk as a kid. He says he bangs on his hands and knees to please give me the old Punk because he wants to beat the greatest ever. Because if he doesn't get that version of Punk, he will destroy him and send him to the hospital. Hospital. And then he says, and then that'll lead to him taking his wife. So this was a
So
fantastic promo, dude.
it was. And just the way he said it, I'll take your title. Well, I'll take your wife too. I was like, my God. Like, I don't know, like, and it's probably Paul Heyman because I feel like Braun Breaker, like his promo stuff, even in NXT and even when he first got on the main roster, kind of wasn't always there. But since he's got with Paul Heyman, I have seen it get so much better, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah, his promo the
And
last few weeks have been great.
and this one, it had me cracking up. It was good.
So during the promo, while he was speaking, it a few times would show that LA Knight was being helped to the back by officials after the beatdown while this promo was happening, which led to Paul and everyone noticing that they were showing him on the Titantron, like getting helped, like to his locker room or to medical or whatever.
Yeah.
And it led to Paul, Logan Paul, and Bronson Reed going back to the back and beating him down, hitting a tsunami on a car, like the hood, the roof of a car. Reminded me of when they did this to was it Ricochet or who did they do this to?
So they put Braun Strowman through a
Braun
car,
Strowman. There we go.
and they lawn darted Ricochet from like a producer's trailer to a window.
That's right. So yeah, so they beat the shit out of LA. Is he gonna be gone for a while? You think they're writing him off for a bit?
I think they might be.
Rumble
He'll have
return.
he'll have the underdog story, and that's when he'll finally get the push. I think a lot of people are worried that he's going to be out. He's done with WWE. I don't think that's it. A lot of people want to see him go to AEW. That's not supposed to happen.
Eli Drake
This
is all
is
elite.
God Almighty. This
Eli
has
Knight.
been this Raw was the most I think we've seen LA Knight on a show
Yeah,
in a long time. And that's, in my opinion, that's saying something. Like,
100%.
hey, we know he's got momentum. We're having him be the underdog right now.
Hmm.
We're having him build up that he's not, going away. And when he comes back, he's gonna have this fire, and he's going to just run through the vision. He's gonna get the main event spot, and of course, they're finally gonna cash in on him.
100% agree
A
with
lot of
you.
people just ain't happy with it. How long it's taking?
They're not a fan of that. I feel like Vince McMahon, he did a lot more. Um, I want to say he reacted more to fans more than Triple H does.
Yeah, Triple H TKO are more long form storytelling.
They'll follow through on their stories, feeling like it's gonna have a good payoff, and a lot of the times it will. But
Mhm.
it's changed slowly. I would agree with you. I do think this is going to lead to a big payoff for LA Knight eventually. If it's not, it doesn't mean it will happen at WrestleMania or Rumble or whatever. It could be another long drawn out thing till even
Elimination Chamber.
SummerSlam, yeah, or even Chamber. Who knows? But I do think he'll be gone until closer to Rumble time, and then he'll come back leading to Rumble, announces like, I'm in the Rumble, or he'll just be a surprise, which I kind of doubt. I think they'll have him show up beforehand. I think it's going to be harder for them to keep surprises for the Rumble too, because everyone has to fly overseas for that.
Yeah, and a lot of people will see him in airports, take photos of him, and it don't really happen as much. I guess maybe
Well, that's what
I
I'm
don't
saying.
see it.
Overseas, that's going to be a lot harder.
Yeah, to hide who's there, who's not.
Like I don't know how close another airport is to probably the one they fly into Saudi, but like, you know what I mean. Anyways,
Gonna hide
I
them
feel
on
like it's just going to
the
be so
shipping
much.
container.
Like, oh, look who's that coming out of all black stuff out of the WWE private jet. Oh man, you know what I mean.
Yeah,
Um, So I think what they're gonna do is that's when he's gonna come back. He's gonna come back either right at Rumble or right before announcing he's in the Rumble. And I think Braun Breaker loses to Punk on the 5th, even though the guy, the Mass Man, comes out. I think he doesn't win. I don't know exactly how yet. It could be Punk ends up getting help with other people. I don't know, the Usos and maybe others.
yeah,
Maybe LA as well. Who knows? Um, but I think it'll lead to Breaker getting eliminated from the Rumble from like LA Knight or like Bronson or someone
yeah. I could see
and
all
continue
that.
their feud. So
Yeah,
LA
but the
versus
slow build.
Bronson or Breaker happens at Mania, I think.
I mean, he will get that title shot. It will happen, and yeah, I think he's okay with the slow build himself. It's just they've got to understand. Like I think a lot of people were spoiled with the happening now. Speed line it, make it happen. We want it. We
I don't
want
think Vince
the
did it a lot, but he did it more frequently than Hunter.
yes. Then it's yeah. I like the slow build. I do.
But with Hunter, when he does do stuff that happen quicker, the doesn't pay off well. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, so that was Raw, solid show. I thought it was like a 3.5 out of 5. It was still not as like a great show, but it wasn't bad.
No, it was not bad. But I mean, for me, show of the week still Dynamite.
So NXT is the last show we're going to talk about. I didn't watch TNA personally. I usually don't watch
I
it.
didn't
So
either.
NXT, we started off with Oba Femi came out, talked about winning the title. Whoa, my fucking boom arm just screamed at me. Did you hear that? Holy
I
shit.
did. It
That was
wasn't a lot of
loud.
time that night, but yeah.
Let's see. I want to see if I can recreate that. Oh my
Oh
god.
God.
I'm sorry, Daisy. I know. I'm gonna have to get some WD-40 on that thing. Holy hell. That was so loud. So Oba kicks off NXT. He didn't make that sound, thankfully. But he said, Saints held it down, but NXT wasn't the same without the ruler on top, which I was like, damn. So eventually this led to Ricky Saints coming out and he wants his rematch. Says that he'll let him get his rematch tonight and he'll face Cody Rhodes. Of course, Javon came out as well. And Javon was talking about, and he said this, I believe, on like a backstage interview after Deadline, that he wanted to not wait until New Year's Evil.
He
And
did.
sure enough, he said the same thing here. Once he finally gets to it, he didn't want to wait till New Year's Evil for his title shot. He wanted it tonight. Ricky at first kind of seemed hesitant, but then he was all for it, which I should have seen as a sign because I was like, okay, so does I guess Ricky gets winner at New Year's Evil is what I initially thought. But then later on, that's when Ava was like, oh, Fatal 4-Way, Miles Bourne, Leon Slater, yada yada, who I forgot who else. And Fatal 4-Way, next Tuesday, winner will get the New Year's Evil match. And I was like, well, what the fuck about Ricky? Because Ricky wasn't in that. And I should have realized once they didn't include Ricky that this motherfucker was going to cost Javon Evans in the fucking main event of this, because that match was another great match. And obviously, Oba just beat Ricky on Saturday in a fun match. So and I loved how commentary laid into, he just won it Saturday. He didn't know tonight he was going to have to be defending it. And here he is. I was like, fuck yeah, that's some great commentary. Like, really hyping up that Oba was just coming in here. And, he might not look as dominant because it's just so unexpected match that he agreed to. But of course, Ricky fucking had to pull out the referee right as Javon was about to fucking win. So more drawing out. Does he win it at stand and deliver? Or like where else could we see Oba drop it?
I don't, so it depends on who wins this Fatal 4-Way. And I don't mean that in a bad way because all of them are future title holders. But I think we're going to get Dion Lennox versus Oba at New Year's Evil.
Yeah, I could definitely see that, especially with him in the match, the Fatal 4-Way. So then does Ricky Javon happen at New Year Evil?
It does, I do believe. Did you happen to catch Ricky's shirt by chance?
I probably did, but I don't remember.
It is upside down. Saints is spelled upside down.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so kind of like signifying like he's turning.
Yes.
Oh, I didn't notice
It
that.
was interesting. That was one
Well,
of the things I noticed, and I was like, I don't know if that's going to mean anything. But if you go back and you look at it on WWE, it is his shirt is upside down and spelled backwards.
oh wow, interesting. Wasn't it like in a circle? I thought so. It was like Ricky and then Saints.
It's kind of like no, it's kind of just like U shape, upside down U as well.
Yeah, so like Ricky
It's
was like that, right?
no, it went Saints like this.
Oh, interesting. Yeah, but he fully turned heel, so fuck him. Nah, he's a better heel. I liked him as a heel in AEW. So
That's true. He is a better heel.
I know, Daisy. We're almost done. He's over here. We're like, come on, man. Like, I don't know if you can see her little head right here.
Yeah.
Jordan Grace, Kalani. Jordan had a really solid match. I really thought Jordan was gonna tie since Kalani had won already, but no, Kalani
Mhm.
won again.
Yeah. I was. I don't know. This one. This match surprised me. I I really thought that they were gonna put over Jordan for once in
Yeah,
this match,
her whole thing leading up to this that she's been losing a lot lately, and she's not used to that, you know. And
and it's continued.
yeah, and continue here with Kalani getting the win. And Kalani is no longer Knockouts champion, so it's just the first time she beat Jordan, and now she's not champion. She still beat her.
Mhm.
So I
And
feel like they're
she,
really about to be pushing Kalani to the moon here soon. I feel like Kalani could be the one who eventually dethrones JC
I can see that. That would be
if
interesting.
Kendall does it.
Yeah. If Kendall doesn't, yeah.
Um, so we had a Blake Monroe open challenge that she wanted. She asked
Mhm.
for on the deadline pre-show.
Mhm.
And this was a lot of people online didn't seem to like it. But I feel like they did this before with the men's North American title, or it might have been the men's NXT championship. Someone did an open challenge in the past, and like everyone would always come out, and it was just whoever got to the ring first got the match. And I remember them doing it. I couldn't remember for what title and who it was. But that's kind of what they did here almost, but it didn't lead to the match happening. Just because earlier, right before this, before we went to commercial, it showed all the women getting ready for the match. Like it was just in the women's locker room. Jordan came back all pissed for losing. Um, and like everyone, like I think it was Thea who was kind of like giving her some advice, but she's like, "Oh, gotta go, open challenge." But like it showed
Yep.
like everyone getting ready and like slowly leaving the locker room before Thea was like, "I gotta go." And but yeah, so they all came out, kind of wanted the shot, led to kind of everyone going after each other. And then of course Thea came out from the crowd and attacked. Blake got in like a Kimura and got Blake to tap, but it wasn't a match, you know, just got her to tap from hitting it and let go and started celebrating because she got her to tap. And now she faces Thea and Blake face on Tuesday.
I would not be mad if Thea won this.
I
If
wouldn't
she
either,
was
but
the
I don't
one
think
to
she
beat.
does.
No, she does not, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But I would be okay with Thea winning because Thea is one of those that we talked about has like disappeared after the Chase U breakup, and she's gotten life back in her character because of Joe Henry. And I think this would be a good call if they have Blake drop the title.
So after this, there was a Shiloh Hill backstage interview. So we're obviously getting his debut, and he just like he asks about if he's nervous, and he's just like, you know, scientifically, he starts going into like the biochemistry of fucking nervousness and shit, and just you know,
Mhm.
he ends up facing Lexus King. It was a
Yep.
solid match, nothing too crazy. It was short and sweet, probably like 5-6 minutes tops. Um, which is funny to me because Lexus King, excuse me, is part of this whole TNA thing right now. Where like they're like invading again, basically. It's like him and Stacks and
Mhm.
whoever the fuck else. And he just gets his ass beat by Shiloh Hill guy from LFG that just debuted. I thought that was hilarious. Like, well, I guess I don't care about the TNA shit anymore now that they got an AMC deal.
Yeah, I was surprised it was Lexus King taking the loss. I could have seen
Hmm.
it being like someone from Evolve, because
Definitely.
Booker T is huge on Lexus King going to the main roster every time he's out there. So
I didn't really hate Brian Pillman Jr. in AEW, but I never was really into him either. And same here in NXT. I feel the same way.
I think that's why I don't know why he's doing a lot of TNA stuff, but that's why they're mainly pushing him and Stacks and Charlie right now on TNA. It makes no sense.
So
But
they're really trying to get over toothless aggression for Shiloh too.
yeah, because by God, he takes that tooth out, it's a different character.
Yeah, so he had like a mouth guard with like a tooth like in place. I noticed like after the match because he like took it out and then he like won and then he went to put it back in. He like put it in his tights or whatever. And he went put it
Mhm.
back in. The tooth was missing. It was just clear.
Yeah, it was
That was funny.
it fell out.
Yeah. Also funny or not funny, but like a little thing. I was going through my Instagram like notifications like the next day, and Shiloh Hill had like that reaction of me watching him and Lexus King. And I was like, that's cool that he saw it. That's cool that it showed up on his feed because it didn't say he was following me or nothing. So I was like, that's cool. It just like
Yeah.
randomly showed up on his shit. Um, yeah. So,
But
what?
his finisher is a modified neck breaker. Is that his like solidified finisher? Or is that just
Yeah, it
something
was
he
like a
hit at the
suplex drop
end?
into a neck breaker. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Yeah, like a back
I mean, it's
suplex
not
to
a
a neck
bad
breaker.
move,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was
But
cool. It was unique. And then we had Ethan Page. He came out with his North American title. Just talks about he came to NXT to drink the fountain of youth and soak up as much knowledge as possible. He's the only guy asking the questions nobody has the balls to ask. Athletes ask how to do the best drop kick, but he knows. But he asks how to hurt the guy's jaw and stuff like that. So, eventually, uh, we fucking get what is it? What happens here? I don't even remember fully. Oh,
Tony
Tony D. That's
D'Angelo.
right. Okay, he kind of talks for a while here. Tony D surprisingly attacks Ethan, which he attacked Javon and stared down Oba on deadline. Um, he's already been North American champion. I believe he lost it to Ethan.
He did.
So is what the fuck is so? What happened with the stare down with Oba and attacking Javon, only leading to him going after Ethan?
I have no idea. Maybe he's just attacking everybody at this point.
Yeah, I guess so. Um,
Yeah.
but I'm fine. I mean, whatever. We'll see what Tony D does here. I wish we would have got more than just him attacking someone and staring again.
And he laid out more of his hat. That was about it.
Yeah, it was the same thing. It was funny. Me and my chat were joking. We're like, does he like how many hats did he rip up, or does he just like, okay, I need that back? Like,
They
'cause he
boxed it
did it
back
on
up and gave it back
Saturday
to him.
too. Like, how fucking fat was that hat? Like, but yeah. So I guess we'll see where that goes. What else happened? Soruka and Ren Sinclair happened. Kind of hype her up for her match with Bailey. Ren loses, of
Team
course, with Soul
Sario.
Snatcher.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Zarya was in the crowd during this match, and then after Soul won, she like started walking towards the ring, but then she decided not to and left, and then Soul chased her.
Yeah. Which led to the outside promo, kind of, where they hugged it out. And she's like, "Yeah, I'll be in your corner Saturday night."
That's why I think she's gonna cost her.
Yeah, that would make sense there.
We got Hank and Tank return from Noah. We got like a video package of them there winning the GHC tag titles. They ended up facing. Did they face OTM here, or did they just have like a face to face?
No, they set up the match. It was just face to
That's right.
face.
That's right. So we'll get those two teams next week. JC Jane confronted Kendall Gray. They had a back and forth, to hype up their match for New Year's Evil. Kendall was pretty solid on the mic here. She didn't back down. She didn't seem nervous to me.
Mm-mm.
But yeah, it was a good way to set up for their match. I feel like get Kendall over more.
Yeah, if Kendall drops the Evolve title in between now and then, I feel like there's a better chance she does take the title from JC. But we have seen a lot of a lot of WWE double belts in the women's division, so there is that possibility as well.
Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah. Blake Monroe went up to Ava backstage sobbing about the open challenge and was like, "It was your idea and a terrible idea," even though it was Blake's idea.
Yeah,
And Ava basically pointed that out. But yeah, so then she's like, "All right, no more Blake Monroe open challenges." She's like, "Thank you." She's all happy, but she did set up Thea and her for next week. That's when we had then Javon and Oba, which we already talked about, which was a fire fucking match. They really had me believing that
it
Javon was
was.
gonna win it.
I was I was really excited for it. And like I was saying during the match, if they decide to have him win, it's gonna be just like when Trick won. The NXT, the Performance Center will lose its fucking mind.
If it's at the PC, if it's not
If
at
it was that
some
piece, yeah.
PLE or something. But there we go. That
Yeah.
was a whole week worth of wrestling. Oops, in an hour and 39.
Yeah.
I feel like overall WWE had a really midweek going into the last John Cena match,
They did.
which is weird.
Unfortunately.
Does that mean they're just saving everything for tomorrow?
Yeah. Do you think there's gonna be many surprises tomorrow? Or do you think it's just gonna be a simple show?
So I think obviously What the fuck? Okay, Cena revealed today on the Pat McAfee show because there was people like, "Oh, Cena said on Jimmy Kimmel that he likes to go to bed early, so he's gonna be opening the show," which was really
Oh my
fucking
god,
weird to me. I don't even know because he was just joking about his age. Is really what it was. Um, and so I had a lot of people from Monday being like, "Oh, can't believe Cena," and of course, I think it was also Brian Alvarez was stating from the Observer that he was told. The way he worded it was, "I'm currently being told that right now." They have them pinned to open. But the way he worded it, it was like they're currently planned to open. So to me, that meant like currently means, oh, that could change between now
mhm,
and then. And obviously, you've seen that announced. He even addressed that today on the Pat McAfee show. He was like, because Pat goes, "So you're gonna be opening the show?" I seen, and he goes, "Wolf tickets," which means live.
yeah,
And he goes, "I said on Jimmy Kimmel that I like to go to bed earlier," and and making fun of his own age, basically that he's getting older and whatever. But he said no. He said by I said we'd be closing the show even on Kimmel, and people just read what they wanted to hear, read what they wanted to read, and I was like, it's pretty obvious that he was telling a joke, y'all.
yeah. I mean, if he does like to go to bed early, that's he likes to go to sleep early. But when he is doing wrestling or acting or wherever he's at, he doesn't mind staying up.
So with
That's
it ending, I could see it ending again either way. Cena wins, Cena loses, whatever it may be. As soon as the match is over, they're gonna give him, Gunther leaves the ring, win or lose. Cena gets his moment with the crowd, chanting whatever they want to. Thank
yep.
you, Cena. Standing ovation, whatever's happening for 5 minutes or however long they let it go. I'm sure the crowd would go all night if they could. And then I see the current roster all coming out on stage,
Okay.
clapping, giving him his dues. And then you start seeing the people from his career show up. Obviously, Randy's in Saudi. I don't think we'll be seeing him tomorrow, but we'll see a Punk walk out. Maybe we'll even see Nick Nemeth and Matt Cardona walk out. Who knows? The people he shouted out in that promo when he turned heel. Um, but I think we'll see like a lot of his main people throughout his career. Obviously, not Edge as well, but we'll see a lot of those guys come out and kind of like shake his hand, and then I think kind of like a Ric Flair thing. And then Triple H and maybe Bruce Pritchard, and they'll come out and break kayfabe and shake his hand, and then right then and there, 2026 Hall of Fame inductee John Cena.
That would
I
make
really think that I
sense.
really think
I
they're
would
ending
like
it with
that.
a whole kit and caboodle.
That would be fantastic. That'd be a lot better than what a lot of people have not what I've talked to, but like won't like are thinking's gonna happen.
Because John is so humble that he's gonna be like, just end the match, and then
Yeah,
out the show.
they hit him with the Hall of Fame thing.
So I'm sure that if they do that, he won't know that they're gonna come out and do the whole applause thing and
Nope.
induction, like they did with Stephanie at the Saturday Night's Main Event. They had Taker come out, interview her, and well, you're
Yeah,
my pleasure. Put you in the Hall of Fame. So kind of similar. They're gonna surprise him for sure. I'd be surprised if they didn't announce it after his match.
yeah.
So
Have you seen the chaos that people want to see happen? Have you like seen some of that or no?
I don't know. I don't think so.
So I've had a few people in I guess in my chat for some reason they are speculating that and I even hate to talk about it because I hate to put it out there that the Rock is going to show up.
Oh yeah, I've had people speculate about that in my chat. I
I
don't.
just don't even
I
want.
wouldn't be against it because obviously he was a big part of John Cena's career. But and Cena said again today on the McAfee show, if people are alluding to chaos as in Cena comes out and we continue that bullshit and lead to a match or something, fuck that. And plus
Yeah,
Cena said himself, like, this is it. Like he's not gonna come back for a one-off at a Mania. Like this is once I'm done, I'm done. Like he's pretty keen,
yeah,
and of course, never say never. We've Hogan, Flair, all of them come back.
yep.
Shawn did. Taker took forever to fully call it after he teased it. Um, so
But there's been just so much hype around this last match. Like I hello.
okay, you're good now.
Okay, I don't know what happened.
There's so much hype, and
Uh
then that's a recut.
so I said there's so much hype. I just hope they don't ruin it at all. Like
Yeah,
Because, they could be like, hey, like, we know this is the last one, but The Rock's going to come out here and I got your soul, pal. We got one more match. Nah, fuck, God, no. Don't do any of that.
Well, and then Cena earlier this week also did this Chris Van Vliet interview, and he was asked about and he did say plans were changed, and he was asked about doing the heel turn, and he did it, and then he was asked if basically if they changed back to because like The Rock and Travis Scott they didn't pan out, and Rock was like, or Cena was like, who cares? Like he totally didn't want to answer the question. Like,
Yeah.
who cares about what coulda, shoulda been, or could have happened, then just went on his media trained answer. I just want the people to have a good show, yada yada yada, all that shit. So obviously, it's been said by all of the dirt sheets that are usually pretty accurate, pretty much all saying the same thing. Plans changed, and that's why we got what we did with Cody and Cena at SummerSlam, and why Cena buried the whole using a rapper thing and shit like that. And Logan Paul alluded to earlier this week as well on his podcast that what he had heard was that obviously Travis Scott had been training with Booker T. They were going to have the 6-man at Money in the Bank, and then Ghost City from Travis Scott. Ghosted.
Yeah.
Is what he has heard. He doesn't know how true that was, so he made that very clear. He doesn't know if that is what happened, but from what he had heard, that's what he had heard. And it's Logan, so he would know a bit more than a lot of people. So
he would. I just really hope it stays clean. If Gunther wins, Gunther wins. If Cena wins, Cena wins. I'm really invested in more of I guess not invested more in the Oba and Cody match, but I just want to see a great match between Cena and Gunther all around.
yeah, same. I think Cena gets the win to retire. Gets the Sting's sunset win, goes in the Hall of Fame. Like they'll announce him for Hall of Fame that night. Gets everyone, a lot of people come out. The whole congratulations shit. I do think Cody and Oba. I still think that one is a tougher one for me to pick for sure. I'm gonna go with Cody. I think Cody's gonna somehow. I can't pick. I could see Drew costing him and have Oba win. Just continuing that, and then Oba would have a claim to come in and get a title shot. Fuck it, Oba wins.
I'm going with Oba. That's my God. That is my pick for that match. I have Oba winning.
And then of course I already said Bailey. I'm pretty sure no matter if Zarya helps or Zarya doesn't cost, I still think Bailey wins clean or with the help of Zarya. Yep. You got Soul though.
Yes, I got Soul.
And then
I think this.
Go ahead.
I think this is gonna be a night for NXT.
And then I got what was the last one? Oh, I got the upset. Vaughn and Leon over World Tag Champs.
I don't. I got AJ and Dragon Lee, but it's gonna be a hell of a match, those four.
Yeah, it's gonna be a fun show. And I'm just hoping we don't get berated with ads and commercials, because it came out today that there's rumors that they're not concerned on time, like for Cena and that in the main event, that there's no time like limit according to them, that they could go as long as they want and Cena won't get all the time in the world. So I'm assuming that's gonna be longer than a 2-hour show. Even if it's like 15 minutes, 10 minutes over.
Well, I do know on Peacock right now it's advertised as a 2-hour show. If you look at Peacock ahead of time.
Yeah, but those are never accurate. It always says that shit.
Yeah.
Like it'll have Rumble listed for like a 4-hour show, then it goes like 3.5.
Yeah.
So
So I don't know. Hopefully the matches don't go too long. Because of course those can also fuck it up if a match goes too long.
I'm not concerned about that little time thing on Peacock. Again, it's people for years. People always come to my show. Oh my god, there's only 10 minutes left in this PLE according to Peacock, and then it goes another 40 minutes. Like it doesn't matter what it says on Peacock. It goes over. It goes under all the time. So yeah, I am not concerned about them doing the Goldberg and cutting him off. And
no, that was NBC, like you said last time.
Yeah, they were on NBC. That's what cut it off. Which is funny because it even cut it off on Peacock. You think they would just have a whole different feed for that, but
oh damn, I did not know that.
Yeah. So yeah, so that's my predictions. I hope it's a good show. I will be live reacting to it. As will
Yep.
you. Where can people find you outside of the podcast to watch you
They
live
can find me
react?
on Twitch, Kick, and TikTok for all live reactions. Of course, Facebook and Instagram for other wrestling stuff as well.
This girl's like, you ending? Let's go. Let's go. I need a pee. Uh You guys can find me, Josh Vibes Up, on Twitch, Kick, YouTube, and TikTok Live. I react on mostly those 4 platforms, Twitch and YouTube being kind of my home bases.
Mhm.
And then you guys can follow me on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I post reactions, so usually those 3, mainly the TikTok and Instagram ones. But Josh Vibes Up everywhere. And yeah, so that's your week in wrestling. Pretty mid up to outside of AEW. Um,
Yeah,
but yeah, we got a big show tomorrow, and I'm hoping for a good show.
I am too.
All right, guys.
Collision's gonna be great, and then Saturday night's gonna be fantastic. So
All right, we'll catch you guys next time. I'm not sure if that's tomorrow or Monday, probably or Tuesday actually. But I think Tuesday would be better. We'll do Tuesday.
shoot it. Yeah,
All right, catch you guys. Bye.
yeah.
I know, Daisy. Give me a few minutes, you crazy.